If you've applied to dozens of jobs, improved your resume, prepared properly, and still can't get hired, the problem may not be your competence. It may be the constraint you're optimizing against. Most job search advice assumes that if you are not getting offers, you need more skill. So people take more courses, collect certifications, rewrite their resume again, and try harder. But at a certain stage, effort stops converting. And when that happens, pushing harder can actually reinforce the ceiling you're already under. Let's look at what may actually be happening. The first thing to understand is that hiring is not a pure evaluation of skill, especially not mid-career. You can be competent, you can be experienced, you can perform well in interviews, and still not get selected. Because companies are not only asking, is this person capable? They're asking, is this the safest decision under current conditions? And that changes the equation completely. Right now, in many industries, the number of qualified applicants exceeds the number of open roles. When supply exceeds demand, hiring becomes defensive. Recruiters reduce risk by selecting familiar brands, referrals, internal candidates, or profiles that match almost perfectly. In that environment, being qualified is not always enough to stand out. This does not mean you lack ability. It means you are competing in a crowded signal environment. More effort does not automatically make you more visible. Another issue I see often is signaling. Your resume may show activity, responsibility, and consistency, but decision makers are looking for something slightly different. They are trying to assess impact that changes direction, not just output that maintains momentum. Execution is valued, but direction setting is rare. If your experience reads as dependable but not strategic, you may be filtered out before anyone truly evaluates your depth. That is not a competence problem, it is a positioning problem. There is also something more structural happening in many organizations. Roles are listed publicly, but internally, hiring is slowing down. Budgets tighten, approvals delay, headcount gets reviewed. You may progress through interviews only to see the role put on hold. That feels personal, but often it is systemic. No amount of personal improvement can override a frozen hiring system. Timing matters more than most people admit. Sometimes you are applying into a segment that is simply not expanding right now. Industry cycles shift, teams restructure, priorities change. You may be doing the right things in the right way at the wrong time. Again, not a skill issue, a context issue. When you misdiagnose the constraint, you apply pressure in the wrong direction. You take another course when the issue is signaling. You rewrite your resume again when the issue is market saturation. You blame yourself when the issue is structural. Diagnosis does not immediately solve the problem, but it prevents wasted effort. If you feel qualified but stuck, you can start by identifying which constraint is actually limiting you before changing strategy. I've created a short diagnostic guide that walks through this in a structured way. You'll find it in the description. Clarity comes before tactics. That cadence will increase retention.